Hello, good morning, students. Here we are discussing lesson number 6, Indian struggle against colonialism. In the last lecture, we had discussed about some social reformers and their contribution in revolutionary movement. Now in this lecture, we are going to continue with some more social reformers and their contribution for nation. So let's start. Next greatest personality who contributed in India for the revolutionary movement was Shyamji Krishna Varma, who was an Indian patriot, lawyer and journalist who founded the Indian Home Rule Society, India House and the Indian Sociologist in London. A graduate of Krishna Varma was a noted scholar in Sanskrit and other Indian languages. He pursued a brief legal career in India and served as the Diwan of a number of Indian princely states in India. He had, however, differences with Crown authority was dismissed following a supposed conspiracy of local British officials at Junagadh, and he chose to return to England. An admirer of Dayananda Saraswati's approach of cultural nationalism, Krishnavarma believed in Spencer's dictum. Resistance to aggression is not simply justified but imperative. In 1905, he founded the India House and the Indian Sociologist, which rapidly developed as an organized meeting point for radical nationalists among Indian students in Britain at the time and one of the most prominent centers for revolutionary Indian nationalism outside India. This organization used to give scholarship to Indian students in England for taking higher education. Madam Kama, Indian political activist and advocate for women's rights. She belonged to the group formed by Shyamji Krishna Varma. She was a socialist and the revolutionary. She raised the issue of India's independence in the Conference of World Socialists in Germany. She opened a flag representing India. Madanlal Dhingra shot Curzon Wili to death and was arrested and hanged for it. Student, next revolutionary movement is Ghadar movement. The Indians in America and Canada both they established a revolutionary organization which was named as Ghadar. Lala Hardayal, Bhai Paramananda, Dr. Panduranga, Sadashiv Khan Khoji, all these were the main people, main leaders for this organization. Now, what is mean by Ghadar? So, Ghadar means uprising. So, it was the name of the newspaper as well as organization. This newspaper, specially, it gave the message of patriotism and the revolution to Indians Hutatma Vishnu Ganesh Pingre contributed in a great way in this work. Student, next revolutionary movement, which is Kakori conspiracy, Ram Prasad Bismil, Ashafullah Roshan Singh, Rajendra Lahiri of Hindustan Republic Association. They had all these people, they had masterminded a plan for raising money for revolutionary work. For this purpose, they had made the plan of Kakori conspiracy. So, what was it? The Kakori conspiracy was a train robbery that took place between Kakori, which is place name, near Lucknow, on 9th August 1925 during the Indian independence movement against the British Indian government. The robbery was organized by Hindustan Republic Association. The robbery was conceived by Ram Prasad Bismil, Ashafullah Khan, who belonged to HRA, means Hindustan Republic Association, which later became the Hindustan Socialist Republic Association. This organization was established to carry out revolutionary activities against the British Empire in India with the objective of achieving independence. Since the organization needed money for purchase of weaponry, Bismil and his party decided to rob, to plunder a train on one of the northern railway lines. The robbery plan was executed by Ram Prasad Bismil, of Ashaf Ullah Khan, Rajendra Lahiri, Chandrasekhar Azad, Sachindra Bakshi, Keshav Chakravarti, Manthanand Gupta, Mukundi Lal, Banwari Lal, Kundan Lal, and Pranavesh Mukherjee. In, in this conspiracy, one passenger was killed unintentionally. The objective of these robberies were fund the HRA with funds stolen from the British administration and garner public attention by creating a positive image of HRA among Indians. This was the right time when some young people from the different part of India, they came together and they established the Communist Party. This party, it was based on the thoughts of Karl Marx. Their aim was to uproot the colonial British rule and to establish rule of working class people. Members of Communist Party were tried under the charge of attempting armed revolution. The Meerut case and the Kanpur case in this context received a lot of publicity. Comrade Shripad, Amrut Dhange, Muzaffar Ahmad, Keshav Nilkantha, Joglekar were among the accused in these cases. Student, next is Hindustan Socialist Republic Association, which was known as HSRA. It was a revolutionary organization which was also known as the Hindustan Socialist Republic Army, which was established in 1928 at Firoz Shah in Delhi by Chandrasekhar Azad, Ashfaqullah Khan, Bhagat Singh, Sukhdev Thapar, Jogesh Chandra Chatterjee. Previously, it was known as the Hindustan Republic Association (HRA), whose written constitution and published manifesto titled The Revolutionary were produced at evidence in Kakori conspiracy case of 1925. All the young revolutionaries, they came together and they had a secular way of thinking. So in 1928 they established this association in Delhi. Their main aim was to free India from the British exploitation. They wanted to remove of the British system that exploited the farmers and laborers. Their organization had an independent department called Hindustan Socialist Republican Army for collecting arms and to execute their plans. Chandrasekhar Azad, he was the chief of this department. Student, in this team we can see these members, they had done several adventurous tasks. Like what? Bhagat Singh and Rajguru both they took revenge the death of Lala Lajpat Rai. Saunders was killed to teach a lesson British officers. One more thing we can see that the British government they had submitted two bills in Central Legislative Assembly. These bills they were absolutely damaging to civil rights. Bhagat Singh and the Batukeshwar Datta both they kept a bomb in a legislative assembly and surrendered to police. Bhagat Singh, Rajguru Sukhdev, all these three they were hanged at Lahore in 1931 under the charge of treason. Chandrasekhar Azad, he became a martyr fighting the British forces in the Alfred Park in Allahabad. We know student, Indian revolutionaries Bhagat Singh, Sukhdev Thapar and Shivaram Rajguru were hanged on March 23, 1931 in the Lahore jail against the scheduled execution on March 24. They were sentenced to death in the Lahore conspiracy case wherein they found guilty of murdering senior British police officer John Saunders. This day is also marked as Shahid Divas, Martyrs Day in India. One more name here we are going to get in this revolutionary group, and that was the Surya Sen. He was the leader of this revolutionary group which was working with Hindustan Socialist Republican Army in Bengal. He prepared one plan to attack on British armories. He carried out the plan but unsuccessfully. Unfortunately, when he was nearly success to his plan, so that time he was caught by the police. Surya Sen and his colleagues sacrificed their lives for the cause of nation. Kalpana Datta, one of this group, got a life sentence. Preeti Lata Wadekar escaped the police but sacrificed her own life. Shanti Ghosh, Suniti Chaudhary, the two school-going girls shot Charles Buckland, the British magistrate. They were caught and finally they sentenced to imprisonment for life. Beena Das, a member of Indian National Congress, attempted to kill Stanley Jackson, the governor of Bengal, by shooting at him during the convocation ceremony of University of Kolkata. She was caught and sentenced to 9 years rigorous imprisonment. So student, here we can see so many legends, they sacrificed their life for the nation. So here we can see lot of the movements happen in India before independence, and here they did not stop. So many revolutionary movements are there further. So we'll move to the next one. The revolutionary have contributed significantly to the independence movement in India. So this was a thing of courage, determination for their country. Their loyalty to nation and readiness to sacrifice their lives are unmatched. Now, next great personality we are going to talk about, which is very familiar among all, and that is Mahatma Gandhi. And this person, this great personality, is known for his non-violent resistance movement. Mohandas Gandhi's reputation as the Indian spiritual and political leader who coordinated and led a successful national struggle for independence against British imperial rule on the strength of a non-violent movement survives largely intact. The legend of Mahatma Gandhi has it that he returned to India from South Africa in 1915, took control of and radically transformed the Indian nationalist movement, and led three great popular movements that eventually wore down the British government and led to Indian independence. These were the non-cooperation movement 1920-22 in conjunction with the Khilafat movement for the restoration of the Caliphate in Turkey after the First World War. Proposed with Muslims political leader in which he required his colleagues to the civil disobedience movement 1930-31 and the Quit India movement which happened in 1942. Mahatma Gandhi, he became the leader of India's independence movement. Under his leadership, the independence movement expanded considerably. Student Gandhiji's work it started in South Africa. The British regime in South Africa it had reduced the native and the Indians there to a very significant status. So the several discriminatory laws and regulations were imposed on Indians, and Gandhiji he stood up against all these laws and regulations, and he was successful in this with the non-violent means, and he returned to India. After that we can see that Gandhiji he took up the problem of farmers in Champaranya in Bihar. The Champaranya Satyagraha of 1917 it was the first Satyagraha movement which was led by Gandhi in India, and it considered a historically important revolt in Indian independence movement. It was a farmers uprising that took place in Champaranya district of Bihar during the British colonial period. The farmers were protesting against having to grow indigo with barely any payment for it. When Gandhiji returned to India from South Africa in 1950 and saw farmers in northern India oppressed by indigo planters, he tried to use the same methods that he had to used in South Africa to organize mass uprising by people to protest against injustice. Champaranya Satyagraha was the first popular Satyagraha movement. The Champaranya Satyagraha gave direction to India's youth and freedom struggle, which was tottering between moderates who prescribed Indian participations within the British colonial system and the extremists from Bengal who advocated the use of violent methods to topple the British colonists in India. Under colonial era, many tenant farmers they were forced to grow some indigo on a portion of their land as a condition of their tenancy. This indigo was used to make dye. The Germans had invented a cheaper artificial dye, so the demand for indigo fell. Some tenants paid more rent in return for being let off having to grow indigo. However, during the First World War, the German dye ceased to be available, and so the indigo became profitable again. Thus, many tenants were once again forced to grow it on a portion of their land, as was required by their lease. Naturally, this created much anger and resentment. Okay, now there was the obvious thing that the British government they are going to suppress this movement. So the British government they decided to suppress the national movement that was spreading rapidly. So there was Sir Sidney Rowlatt, the British officer of the president of the committee. So he passed one law in 1990, and under this law the British government they authorized to imprison any Indian without warrant and to put under trial without inquiry. So that time Mahatma Gandhi he decided to oppose this act through satyagraha. He appealed on 6th April 1990 to all people to go for a mass protest, that is hartal, by closing down all daily transaction. Student, we know that Mahatma Gandhi he was very famous for his non-violence as well as for the satyagraha. Now one more important moment in history we are going to talk about, and that is Jallianwala Bagh Hatyakand, Jallianwala Bagh massacre. There were mass protests in Punjab. 13 April 1990 was the day of Baisakhi festival. Soon after Daya's arrival on the afternoon of April 13, 1990, some 10,000 or more unarmed men, women and children they gathered in Amritsar's Jallianwala Bagh. Bagh means garden. Despite a ban on public assemblies, it was a Sunday and many neighboring village farmers had also come to Amritsar to celebrate the spring Baisakhi festival. Dyer positioned his men at the sole, narrow passageway of Bagh, which was otherwise entirely enclosed by the backs of habited bricks building. Giving no word of warning, he ordered 50 soldiers to fire into the gathering, and for 10 to 15 minutes, about 1650 rounds of ammunition were unloaded into screaming, terrified crowd, some of whom were trampled by those desperately trying to escape. According to official estimate, nearly 400 civilians were killed and another 1200 were left wounded with no medical attention. Dyer, who argued his action was necessary to produce a moral and widespread effect, admitted that the firing would have continued had more ammunition been available. About 400 innocent people were killed and thousands of them were injured in this incident. And this incident it was known as Jallianwala Bagh massacre. It created a wave of anger through India. Rabindranath Tagore criticized this act in very severe terms and his little sorry gave up his title Sir. So student, today we are going to stop here. Today we have discussed about some major movements in India. In that we talked about Shyamji Krishna Verma as well as Madam Kama, their organization Gadar. Then we talk about Kakori movement, Hindustan Socialist Republic Association. Then we talked about Bhagat Singh, Rajguru Sukhdev and their sacrifice for the nation. After that we had discussed about Mahatma Gandhi's non-violent resistance movement, and in the last we discussed Jallianwala Bagh massacre. next part, in the next lecture, we are going to continue. Till that, stay home, stay safe, and have a nice day. Thank you.